Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Donna Chow and I am your host and moderator for today's eLotus webinar. eLotus is your leading provider of continuing education for acupuncturists. Today's webinar is Understanding Jimmy Chang's Clinically Proven Formulas Part 3, presented today by Dr. Jimmy Chang himself. Today's webinar will be from 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, and we will have one break. For lecture notes, you can download them directly from the Blue Course Access page in your eLotus account. To use the webinar chat room, please set your chat preference to everyone so everyone can see what you're typing and be part of the conversation. To ask Dr. Chang a question, please enter your question into the Q&A box. And finally, the quiz and video replay. You will be notified by email tomorrow once they are both available. Our speaker today is Dr. Jimmy Chang, a doctor of Oriental medicine trained in Taiwan and a licensed acupuncturist in California. He has over 40 years of concentrated clinical experience, treating over 500,000 patients and applying his expertise in differential diagnosis and herbal prescription. In today's class, you will learn the tried and true formulas from Dr. Jimmy Chang, the master of herbology, as he explores the art and science of his unique herbal combinations. You will learn about a range of herbs for relieving inflammation and heat. You will also learn the pulse indications for these specific conditions and how to prescribe a unique herbal formula for your patient. Dr. Chang has previously taught numerous courses with us, which is now available for purchase as distant learning CEU videos. Dr. Chang is the person to learn from if you want to be able to feel a patient's pulse and be able to identify the Western medical diagnosis and come up with clinically effective herbal formulas. If you want to cultivate your pulse diagnostic and herbal skills, he is the person to learn from. I recommend the Gold Pass for learning his pulse system. You will have unlimited access for a year to his pulse courses and herbs. And with the Gold Pass, you can also try the herbs that he mentions, since our sponsor Evergreen Herbs will give you a voucher for herbs. When I return to my computer, I will post a link so you can read more about it. All right, guys, let's begin today's class and welcome Dr. Jimmy Chang.
Well, hi guys. Hi guys. This is Jimmy Chan, and today I'm gonna talk about something real interesting, which some of them has never been revealed ever before. But majorly today we're gonna talk about this clearing heat and anti-inflammatory formulas. I'm sure you're gonna use it, and you're gonna encounter all the situation every day, so it's very, very useful. Sorry, the air conditioning is funny. Okay. In case somebody have never seen me before, let me introduce myself a little bit. I practiced my Chinese medicine in Taiwan for 20 years, something, and I moved down here 26 years ago, and then started practicing here almost immediately. So about 45 years of practice and pulse teaching. And my pulse teaching has been so many years, still going on over the internet, and somehow maybe with little hand-on teachings later. Okay, so today I'm gonna talk about all the my experience of using the heat clearing anti-inflammatory formulas, okay? Tina is gonna say something or not? No? How were the formulas invented? Just from experience and try and error. And actually I learned a lot from my patients' reaction after taking my herbs. So whenever they say, oh, Dr. Chan, your formula didn't work, I still have this, I still have that. Then I just modify it and become better and better all the time. So frankly, I learned a lot from my patient's reaction. So what herbs does, well, I use a lot, but you can find it in Tina's website, what I'm using every day, single herbs and formulas. Formula, how were they named? Oh, okay. What is Fang Jia Fang? Fang means formula. Jia means plus. Fang, again, the formula. So usually I put several, now I limited to 2 formulas together to get a better result. So, but I do have a webinar about in YouTube. Huh? You can check what I was using to put things together. It's very interesting. Do I have to mix those myself? Not necessarily. Tina has most of my formula made in her office, so you can directly buy it without having to buy too many single herbs to mix yourself. It can save you a lot of trouble. But I'm trying to limit it, all my combination as simple as possible, like you're gonna see today. Okay, we'll be talking about something, my own Herbal ABX. It's not the traditional Herbal ABX, which Tina has been selling. This one is pretty new for everybody, huh? And Gardenia Complex used to be called the USA one. Actually, I invented it when I was in Mexico, Albuquerque, giving all those classes. So it used to be called the Albuquerque one, but it's too long. So we call Gardenia Complex. It's very interesting to clear all the heat, top, middle, and the bottom. And Huang San, Wu in Chinese means 5. Huang means yellow. The word in Chinese, yellow usually is like inflammatory antibiotics in Chinese way. It's very, very interesting. It's a little bit different from the previous one. And the detox combo, oh, this is good. This magical formula to detox the body, especially effective for inflammation of the urinary and edema or prostate swelling, also affecting dermatological and colon. Mostly is colon. In Taiwan, they use this combination to treat the colon cancer, but this, of course, the single combination is enough. It's not enough. We're going to use a lot of things along with it. And yellow 3, we got a yellow 5 yellow, another yellow 3. Yellow 3 is for inflammatory joint pain, arthritis, swelling knees, swelling tissues, and swelling fingertips or something. And finally, the last one is 2 Tang. Actually, it just means 2. Shi means stone. 2 stone formula, you can call it, for asthma, trauma, irregular menstruation, and everything, and a lot of more. So this 6 combination is what we're gonna talk about for you today. You can ask questions anytime you like to. Okay. Let's begin with the first one. It's my Herbal ABX. It's broad spectrum herbal antibiotic formula for clearing heat, detoxify, reduce inflammation, swelling. Sometimes you might want to use this along with my astringent complex, because astringent complex is also good for this, but not for killing all the germs or inflammation, but majorly for shrinking the swelling tissue. So you put them together, is so invisible. Okay, this my Herbal ABX only have 4 ingredients, very simple. 大青叶、凤尾草，这是什么？紫花地丁、连翘。Okay, let me explain separately with them. 大青叶，青 is green. The Qing means green. Oh, here. Qing is green. So it got something to do with liver fire. And so is Banlangen. But anyway, 大青叶, the first thing I ever use is for the ear infection. I can write. Ear infection, people have a lot of a problem with the ear. They have some pus and infection and get pain and something like that. But anyway, the 大青叶 goes into heart and stomach. So what does it mean heart? Because something wrong with the heart? No, it's not for the heart. It's for the hook pulse. This is Cun, Guan Shi. The Cun is especially jumpy and superficial and goes down like this and like this. This is what we call heart fire, is hook. The heart doesn't necessarily mean the organ. It's the fire from the blood. Okay, you can say is the blood is too hot. Also, not only the physical inflammation, it's also for the mental stress and anxiety and depression, all things. If only there's a hook pulse, then you can use my Da Qing Ye. Also, for the emotional condition, you can use Zhi Zi. For that. So Da Qing Ye goes into the heart and the stomach. For the stomach fire will be like this. The right guan will be very floating. Actually, a lot of people has this kind of problem. This is the right side, huh? A lot of people have this problem. Stomach fire, because people always eating some strange things like spicy, greasy, too much carbs, too much sugar. Stomach fire, sometimes it refers to sugar. Whenever there's a stomach fire, there's a sugar problem. It's very accurate. Okay, 凤尾草 also into stomach and colon and liver. But I use 凤尾草 for stomach fire, just the real gastritis or duodenum ulcer, something like that, with a pain or something. But I put them together, they all goes into the stomach. So whenever there's a stomach fire, you can use this. Huh? The third one is 紫花地丁. It's sort of like a dandelion, 蒲公英. So when it goes into heart and liver, and the liver will be on the left-hand side. So the liver fire means not only means the stress, moody condition, also means some inflammation in the digestion, including the gallbladder. So whenever this two pulses appear, then you can use my 紫花地丁. But don't use it singly. I put them all together. There's a reason for that. And the last one is the 连翘. Lian Chao is a very interesting herb. It went into the heart. And colon. But majorly it goes into the blood system. So it will help, not as strong as my astringent complex, but it will help your body to absorb the blood stagnation, the dead blood. For example, you have a bleeding nose, you have something in the eye with the pop out the veins, or in the organ which you cannot see with the all swelling inflammation and the swelled tissues, you can use at Len Chao to help your body to absorb it. And then when the swelling tissue is gone and the pain will go away. So I put them all together. I called my ABX. And it's for, so you may say is, okay, let's do this. You may say all the combination is for blood heat. So how do you know there's a blood heat? And how do you know there's a qi heat, fire of qi? This is the fire of blood. How do you know that? Okay, let's make it easy. All this, all this medicine goes into the blood heat. So how do you know there's the patient is suffering from the heat in the blood or heat from the qi? It's very easy. You can, the blood section of the human body is, for the pulse, is on the left-hand side. And qi is on the right-hand side. So when you take the pulse without having to notice the 寸关尺, you just have to put your attention to right-hand side and left-hand side. So if the right-hand side, the patient's right-hand side is stronger than the left-hand side, then use qi clearing formula, something like the 白虎汤 or 竹叶石膏汤. Okay. If the left-hand side, the patient's left-hand side, the pulse is more jumpy, more stronger, more bigger diameter than the left-hand side, then you know it's some blood condition, some fire in the blood, or you may say some infection in the circulation or whatever, the heat of the blood. We don't use too much blood movers. We use my formula for the blood heat. Okay, any questions? No, it's not, it's different. Gardenia Complex plus Huang San, same as everyone's Gardenia Complex. I don't know that, ask Tina. Okay, any questions? Again, questions. 五味消毒 is different. The approach, the channel, meridian it goes into is different. So again, let me say it again. If the right-hand side, the pulse on the right-hand side is stronger and bigger and thicker than the left-hand side, that's the qi fire. You may want to use the Gardenia Complex we're going to talk about later, and like 70%. And you can use at least 30% blood movers, like 血府逐瘀汤 or 桃仁红花 桃红细乌汤. But if the patient's left-hand side is stronger and bigger and thicker than left-hand side, that's the blood heat, fire in the blood. The blood is too hot. Then you use this my ABX. Okay. How? Any questions? Yes, correct. Yes, ABX is more for blood heat than qi heat. Yes, but it's my ABX, not the Tina's ABX. Huh? Heartbreak is for real solid swelling tissue. This is for general inflammation. It's a little different. Yeah, put your question in the Q&A section. Okay, I already answered that. Okay, so remember this this is for the blood heat. Okay. Especially this is 连翘 for blood heat, but 连翘 works a little slower. It's not so strong as my astringent complex. So I put them all together to make a perfect group combination. Huh? Okay.